Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome again to a very interesting interview. Here we are with Heidi Romero and Julieta Gonzalez, students from the B2 level in English, and with the counselor Pablo Quiñonez. We are very grateful to have him in this interview. Well, let's start. First, can you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. Thank you very much for the invitation. My name is Pablo Quiñonez. I'm a member of the City Council. I'm 32 years old. I studied economics as an undergrad and then got a master's degree in development economics from the University of Manchester and then got another master's degree in social policy from the University of Oxford.
And Pablo, how was your experience studying there in United Kingdom?
Well, it was really amazing. It was really nice to meet people from all over the world. To get such an opportunity, I think it was amazing. And I also got the chance to study with some of the best scholars in the world. So it was really nice. You gain a different perspective, you learn lots of things, and you gain a lot of experience as well.
We would like to ask you, what was the importance of English in your studies in United Kingdom?
Well, of course, English gives you an advantage. You have to realize that there are many talented students here in Ecuador and all over the world. But what gives you such an advantage is speaking another language other than your mother tongue. So it's really nice to get such an opportunity. And it's also something that you have to work for. So for me, it was amazing. As I already told you, such an experience was amazing. And it was because I spoke English. Because as I told you, there are many talented students here. But what gives you such an advantage is the language.
So you are saying that make a decision of travel to another country and improve yourself and do a better version of you depends really of you and nothing else.
Well, of course, there are many other factors that have some influence on your decisions that also allow you to do something or not. And if you have some opportunities that other people don't, then that definitely affects the outcome. But it also depends on you, on the decisions you make. And if you decide to study a different language, then that helps you. Then it's gonna definitely help you in the future. And it's going to give you opportunities both in the educational field, but also at a professional level. And that's really important for you. If you decide to travel abroad, if you decide to study at a university abroad, then you definitely need to start learning their language. And English is especially useful because even if you're not in an English-speaking country, then even if you're not in such a country, people still speak English. So it's really useful. For instance, if you go to Europe, if you go to Germany or if you go to the Netherlands, people there speak English. And most of the university courses at postgraduate level are taught in English. So it's really useful for you.
That's a great help.
And Pablo, do you think youth is prepared to be political?
We have to, because all the decisions that are made at the political arena affect our lives, whether we like it or not. So we have to participate. If we want to change things, it's not enough to criticize politicians or to say you don't agree with them in social media. You have to start working for such a change. And the only thing of making a lasting impact is by doing what you have asked other people to do. So I think we not only have such a possibility, we have an obligation to participate in politics. And I think that was the main motivation why I studied economics, because I think economics is obviously closely related to politics, but it's a really nice way to understand how society works and how you can improve people's lives and how you can help to reduce poverty, inequality, to increase the income of families and so on. So that was my main motivation, and that's why once I got my master's degree, I came back to Ecuador. So in order to help people here, in order to use all the knowledge I acquired in the United Kingdom, in order to help people here.
How did you start in the world of the politics? Did you have any influence or something like that?
Well, I think I started when I was an undergrad student here at the UTPL. I got elected as president of the School of Economics, and then I got elected as president of the Students' Union at the university, And then I got elected as president of the private students universities union. So that was an amazing experience. I got the chance to meet people from all over the country, to debate with other students, to try and make some changes at the national level. I'm talking about the law and so on. So that was, I think, those were my first steps in politics, and I learned a lot from them. Then when I was abroad, I also got the chance to debate with people from all over the world, and that gives you some insights about politics, not only at the domestic level, but also at the national level and an international level. And that helps you gain perspective. That also helps you to understand why things happen, to learn a lot about people's interests and so on. And yeah, I think that's enough experience to try and then participate at an electoral level in electoral politics. And yeah, I think those were my first steps in politics.
Well, that's amazing.
And what do you think to do as a councillor? Do the 11 councillors and the mayor work together?
Well, we like to think that we always work together, but sadly that's not the case. There are different interests, there are different perspectives about local development, and sadly we don't share the same view. And I think that's been a big problem because we don't agree, and by we I mean like the majority of the members of the city council. We don't necessarily agree with the mayor in terms of priorities for our town. And yeah, I think we have a lot of work to do in that regard. But we have to remember that our main job as members of the city council is to create laws, local laws. We call them ordenanzas here in Ecuador. And I think I've been doing an interesting job in that regard. We've been working on a law for digital transformation in our municipality, which is really, really necessary because it's not rational that like in the 21st century, we still have to wait in line for hours in order to pay for some service at the municipality when we have enough technology to do so with our mobile phones in like 5 seconds. So we have to work a lot on that because that also means that people will save time, and that also means that people will save a lot of money. And we try to help people to save their money and to invest it in an appropriate way. So that's part of our jobs. We're working on that. We've been also working in lots of other laws that I hope become really meaningful for our population. And we also try to help the mayor in order that he uses our resources in an appropriate way. We've had a lot of difference in that regard, but I think it's also part of our democracy. If we all agree on a specific subject, then that wouldn't be really appropriate. We have to bring lots of different ideas and perspectives into the city council. We have to debate about them, and we should also try to make the best of it.
The next question is, have English helped you to achieve your goals?
Yes, well, moving on from politics, yeah, I think English has been really helpful. Speaking English has been really helpful for me to achieve my goals. It has helped me to study in some of the best universities in the world. It has also helped me to travel across Europe, for instance, across North America. And yeah, I think that's really, really nice, but also has helped me to understand, to have access to most of the knowledge, because in the world of academia, most of the research papers, the books and so on are written in English. So if you don't speak English, then you'll have a barrier in the access to knowledge. So I think that's really, really important.
According to that you said, I would like to say that English can help you to expand your knowledge and opportunities to get over the world and something like that.
Yes, of course. Well, sometimes I've heard that you have to be really proud of your roots, and you can be both proud of your roots, of who you are, of where you come from, and also you can be open to new ideas, to new perspectives, and speaking English really helps you in that regard. So it's a really nice, it opens lots of doors for you and helps you achieving your goals.
What do you think about English academies? This strategy can help you to improve your English level or not?
Yes, definitely. It's important for all of us to practice. And it's not only important to learn something different, it's also important to keep practicing it, because otherwise you will easily forget what you learned in the past. So I'd like to congratulate you all here at EUROpeek for all the amazing work you've been doing in this regard, and also to give you a little advice, and that advice is keep practicing. Keep always practicing. I haven't had the chance to practice my English in like 4 or 5 years, and it's a bit rusty now, so I'm sorry for that. But it's a really important opportunity you have now to learn a different language, to prepare for the future, and to gain such amazing opportunities that are ahead of you. And if you put enough effort in learning English, if you put enough effort in trying to achieve those dreams, then I'm sure you will be able to, travel abroad, to study at one of the best universities of the world, and different things. So there are many opportunities ahead of you, and my advice is to take them.
Okay, don't worry about your English. It's so awesome.
Thank you.
And finally, as a last question, what will you recommend to the young people that want to enter in the world of politics?
Well, first of all, I'd recommend them to study a lot, because you have to get a lot of, you need to get an understanding of what's actually happening. Because if you don't have an appropriate diagnosis, then your recommendations, for instance, the policies that you recommend, won't be the correct ones. So you really need to understand the problems. And for understanding those problems, you first need to study a lot. That's the first thing I would recommend them. And the second thing, to try and not lose motivation, because in politics it's quite easy to lose your motivation if you see that everyone around you is not prepared for what they're doing. If everybody around you is corrupt, then it would be really easy to lose your motivation and to try to get out of that world, because you don't want to make their mistakes. But if you do so, if you abandon those dreams, then that people that are not the right ones for leading our country or city or whatever, then they will still be in office. So we need to be there. We need to fight for our dreams. We need to fight for our rights. And we also need to try to make such change. So those are the two main things that I would recommend for people, especially for people who are young, to do in politics.
Great answer, thank you. That's all. Thank you for listening us, and thank you, Pablo, for your time. We are really grateful to have you here. And also, we were really impressed for your amazing English and to listen your interesting story in the world of politics. Thank you, everyone, for this thing. Remember, in EUROpeek, you can do it.